Hello, Year 3. Another lesson in our series of poetry. I hope you're having fun with it. I know I am. We're going to do a little bit of revision on the limericks that we had a look at last time, and you wrote some great ones. I really enjoyed them. Okay, a cinquain is a poem with 5 lines or a poem with verses that have 5 lines. And as we saw last time, cinq is the French word for the number 5. So we're going to be looking at limericks, which is a particular type of cinquain, and they follow a particular pattern. They all have 5 lines. They always have a rhyming pattern of A, A, B, B, A, and they are funny. Let's have a look. There once were 2 cats from Kilkenny. Each thought that was 1 cat too many. So they started to fight and to scratch and to bite. Now, instead of 2 cats, there aren't any. Okay, let's have a look and see how a limerick meets those criteria. They have 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though this one and this one are spread across 2 lines, it's only 1 line of verse. They have a rhyming pattern of A, A, B, B, A. A, Kilkenny, many, and any. And then our BB is bite, fight, and bite. And they are funny, and it is. Let's have a look at the syllables. And this is where our meter comes in, counting the syllables and how the words are stressed in the verse. The first one is 9 syllables. There once were 2 cats from Kilkenny. Each thought that was 1 cat too many. And then 6 syllables for the 2 shorter lines. So they started to fight and to scratch and to bite. And now back to 9 syllables again. Now instead of 2 cats, there aren't any. Okay, so we always have the same number of syllables. The number of syllables matches the rhyming pattern, and shorter lines for lines 3 and 4. Okay, we're going to look at a different types of cinquain today, still with 5 lines. And as we saw, a cinquain is a poem with 5 lines or a poem with verses that have 5 lines. And it comes from the French word for 5. Now, there are lots of different types of cinquains, and we've only had a look so far at limericks. Today, we're going to be looking at some other forms, and you don't need to remember these names. One is called the didactic cinquain, one is an American cinquain, and the other one is tenka, which is a Japanese style, similar to haiku. Okay, and the first one is a didactic cinquain, and I'll read it first. Penguin, flightless, gentle, swimming, flipping, freezing, wandering in the cold Arctic, soft bird. Okay, didactic cinquains have 5 lines, and that counts the title of it, which is the name of the animal. That counts as the first line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't rhyme. Penguin, gentle, freezing, Arctic, and bird. None of those rhyme. They have a syllable pattern. So the first word, which is the title and the name of the animal, is 2 syllables, penguin. Second line has 4 syllables, lightless, gentle. The third line has 6 syllables, swimming, flipping, freezing. And the fourth line has 8 syllables, wandering in the cold Arctic. And the fifth line is back to 2 syllables, soft bird, which matches the 2 at the beginning. So the syllable pattern is 2, 4, 6, 8, and then back to 2. And each line has a purpose. The first line is a noun and the subject of the poem. The second line is adjectives, flightless and gentle, describing the penguin. adjectives describing the penguin. The third line has action words: swimming, flipping, freezing, all action verbs. Fourth line contains a longer description: wandering in the cold Arctic. And the fifth line is a noun that relates to the first line: soft bird. So there's a lot to remember with those. Let's have a look at it a bit closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. They don't rhyme. They have a syllable pattern: 2, 4, 6, 8, and back to 2 again. And each line has a purpose. Just move on. Okay, there's our syllable pattern: penguin, 2 syllables, flightless, 2 syllables, gentle, 2 syllables. So altogether there are 4 in that one. Swimming, 2, flipping, 2, freezing. So that there are 6 in total. And wandering in the cold Arctic. And soft bird is our last 2. All right, nouns. The first one is a noun, and that's what the poem is about. It's also its title. Adjectives. 2 adjectives: flightless and gentle, describing the penguin. Verbs, action verbs: swimming, flipping, freezing. A longer description: wandering in the cold Arctic. And ending at the end is another noun, which is the bird, and the soft is an adjective: soft bird. I rather like that poem. Let's have another look. This one isn't about an animal. Ocean, blue, powerful, waves crashing ashore, teeming with sea creatures, life. Okay, this one is slightly different in that we've only got 1 syllable here at the end. Ocean is the noun. Blue, powerful, powerful. So that's our 4 syllables there. Waves crashing ashore. Verbs. Teeming, a longer description: teeming with sea creatures. And just the 1 syllable: life. Okay, so you can see that it mostly matches what our definition is, except for that last bit. Here's another one. This one is called an American cinque. And they were originally inspired from the Japanese haiku poetry, based on their line count and their syllable count. But these ones have 5 lines instead. Ice cream, cold and yummy. I love its sweet richness as it finds its way into my tummy. Okay, 5 lines. The first one is the title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't rhyme, except this one does. Cold and yummy into my tummy. Okay, so there's little exceptions to those rules. Their syllable pattern. The first one has 2 syllables: ice cream. Cold and yummy, 4. I love its sweet richness. 6. As it finds its way into my tummy. Okay, let's have a look. There's our syllable count: 2, 4, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's another one. This one's a tanka. Remember, that was a Japanese style of cinque. In Japan, I haven't checked this with anyone, but I believe tanka means short song in Japanese. Crash at 2 a.m. I opened my bedroom door. A white cat ran by, startled by the clanging fall of the treat jar's metal lid. Okay, they have 5 lines. They don't rhyme. They have a syllable pattern. The first line has 5 syllables, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second line has 7 syllables. I opened my bedroom door. A white cat ran by, 5 syllables, startled by the clanging fall of the treat jar's metal lid. Okay, and here's another one. Waves that match the sky, throughout the air beach balls fly. Children laugh and play, golden sands to match the day. Summer should be forever. Now this one again, it's got an exception there where this one does rhyme. Not all of the time, but sky and fly do, play and day do. There's our 5 lines and our syllable count. 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. Okay. And just some other examples of cinquain poems. This one is snow is white and very cold, pretty as soft lace, making angels in the drifts. Okay, so again, it actually does have a syllable pattern. Snow is 1 syllable, is white is 2 syllables, and very cold is 4 syllables. Pretty as soft lace, 5 syllables, making 2 angels, 4 in the drift, 7. And another example, flowers, 2 syllables. Flowers, colourful, fragrant, swaying, growing, blooming. Make me feel happy, blossoms. I wonder if you can tell what type of cinquain that one is. It's got 2 syllables in its first line. Colourful, fragrant, 2 adjectives that describe the noun with 4 syllables. Swaying, growing, blooming, 6 syllables that are action words. Make me feel happy, blossoms, a longer description, and then a word that relates back, a noun that relates back to the original noun. And here's a different example. Motorbikes, muddy, slimy, skidding, racing, turning. Don't press the brake, fun. I think you probably had a lot of fun with that one. Okay, your job today. Your task is to write at least 2 cinquains that are not limericks. One should have the pattern of a didactic quatrain, the other is your choice. Now, if you need to go back and have a look at what are the criteria for a didactic quatrain, then you can do that. You can watch the video again, or you should have, or didactic cinquains, they have 5 lines, they don't rhyme. They have a syllable pattern. The first line has 2 syllables, the second line has 4 syllables. Remember the poem about the penguins was an example of the didactic cinquain. The third line will have 6 syllables, the fourth line has 8 syllables, and the fifth line has 2 syllables. We need a noun, then 2 adjectives, 3 action words, 3 verbs, action verbs. A fourth line is a longer description, and the fifth line is a noun with 2 syllables that relates back to the first line. Have your best one ready to share with us at our Zoom tomorrow. Okay, bye everyone.